Good morning, everybody, and welcome to my home. It's early Saturday morning. I just finished having a cup of coffee. I love to come outside in the mornings and have my coffee, and I get to listen to the birds chirping because they're actually out again. I don't know if you're in my situation, but we've had to work from home this week due to the whole corona thing. So I've been sitting around thinking about what kind of YouTube video I can do for you. So we're going to go inside and we're going to work on a project that was inspired by my great grandmother and my dad, and I'm sure you're gonna like it. Well, I hope you like it. So let's head on inside and get started on today's DIY. See you inside. Okay, so what we want to do to get started, we want to start with, I have a basin that I got from Dollar Tree, and I just filled it up just a little bit with water, not a whole lot of water. And then you'll want to get coffee filters, and I get all of my coffee filters from Dollar Tree. There's like 150. So once you have your coffee filters, you're going to take out, there's like three rows. So I'm going to use one row, take one row out, and I'm going to section those off into small sections so that I can dip it in the water. So let me show you how that's going to go. So I have my row of coffee filters, and I'm not going to do like the whole thing in there because I want to make sure that they're saturated really well. Typically I do voiceovers, but I really wanted to explain this process as I'm doing it. So I have some pink eraser apple barrel paint. It's going to give it a light pastel pinky color, but you can use whatever color that you want depending on your your color scheme. So what you'll do, just put like maybe 3 or 4 drops in. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Once you get that in, we're just going to mix it. You can use a plastic spoon or craft sticks. I just have a dowel that I generally use for mixing. Just want to make sure that it's mixed up really, really, really good. You don't want to have clumps in there. So we're done mixing. I don't want you guys to sit here and watch this whole mixing process, so I'll be right back when we're ready to dip them. Okay, so we're mixed up pretty well. I want you to see this, and so that you'll know exactly how much I'm pulling off. I'm just taking just a few, not a whole bunch. I hope you can see that, how much I'm taking off. And I'm just going to sit it in the water here. Sit it in the water. I'm swishing it around, switching the paint all around there. Flip it over, and then you just want to wring it out. I'm choosing to use some gloves that I have here at home because I have learned from experience, especially if I'm using food coloring, it's hard to get it off in your hands. So you wring it out and you want to swish it around 1 or 2 more times. And I'm wringing because I'm allowing the paint to be evenly distributed in my coffee filters, through the coffee filters. So we'll just do that process one more time. Meanwhile, I have my oven preheating on 350. So we're going to pop these in the oven, let them cook or bake. So once you do that, spread it out, and then I have this little pan that I use. You can see how worn it is. I do a lot of dyeing, coffee filter dyeing, and you just lay that there. You don't want to stack too many on top of each other because you want them to dry evenly. So I'll do maybe a few more. Follow that same process, swishing over, wringing out, put it out, and we want to do it one more time. Really huge firewall, then you'll end up using maybe 4 packs of coffee filters. So I've laid those there, and I'll probably add one more layer to it, 1 layer over here, and I usually try to do 4 pans at a time. So I'm going to go ahead and finish dyeing the rest of these and pop these in the oven. I want them to sit in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes, and then we'll go to the next step. Okay, so while the coffee filters are baking, I took two foam boards and I smushed them together. Now, I did not show me using the duct tape along the seams, but you'll want to duct tape the seams first. And then for added security or stability, just add a few jumbo popsicle sticks along that crease. Now it's time to fold our flowers. Now keep in mind when I'm doing my folding, I will fold all of the sheets that I have before I go to the fluffing. So you will take 4 sheets at a time and we'll start simply by folding them in half. Once you have them all folded, we're going to bend down or pull down each layer one at a time. And as you can see, I'm just folding them down close to my hand. And once I get to the very last one, the fourth one, I'm not folding it down. I'm going to simply start pushing it in together and twisting. As you can see, I'm just pulling up and twist, pull up and twist, and I'm doing one layer at a time, just pulling up and twisting. And this is going to fluff our flowers and make it look more robust and full. Pull up and twist. I was inspired to do this because as growing up as a child, my great grandmother, my grandma, and even my dad, they always had flowers around us, fresh flowers inside. Our lawns and sidewalks were always lined with beautiful flowers. And so throughout my home, I have tons of florals everywhere, and most of them are ones that I've made myself. Now we want to flip our flower over, add a bead of hot glue, hold it together, and we're done with the flowers, and let's move to the next step. So what I've done for the sake of time, I just cut a little piece of foam board off just to show you how I glue the flowers down. It's really simple. You're just going to take a bead of hot glue, put it on the flat side of the flower, and just press it down. And just hold it there just for a few seconds. Fluff it, if you need to. And then you just follow that process all across your board, and you're just filling it in until your board is completely covered. This is a board that I've previously worked on, and I'm just filling in where there are some missing spots. I actually did this for the sake of the video so that you can actually see what it's going to look like and how full it is and how beautiful it is. And you just continue to hot glue the bottoms and add it in. Just absolutely gorgeous. All right, everybody, so this is our flower wall. It made me feel really, really good to do this for you. I've had a lot of requests for the flower wall video, and just feel free to mix up colors and play with it and just have a really great time and just liven up your home. So until next time, I'll see you later at my house, at my home. But guess what I'm getting ready to do now? It's still early on Saturday, so I think I'm going to do another DIY video. But please like, subscribe, share, comment. I love to hear from you guys, and I'm glad to be back. So see you next time.